It's that time. It's that time again. We're still on the quest for the best. And we're picking it up today. Bant Tempo, 15-1, 2 wins off the record, but on the bubble, any loss, and it's out of here. So, every game's an elimination game. Hanzo asks me how it's going. Oh, it's going, baby. It's going. Going like a fleet wheel cruiser, yo. Same thing, Mort. Zinji Gold, will you be the one in 21-1? It's a stupid wrestling reference for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about. But we will keep it. It's got a bit of our colors. I think we go get white because we might draw a selfless spirit. Oh, that's what's up. A lot of green mana. Gonna need to draw one more white mana for Archangel, but otherwise, it's not a great tempo hand, but it's a good mid-range hand. And when you're on the play, you can pretty reliably get to the mid-range point of the game. There's our other white mana. So that's good to have. And next turn will probably be the vastwood, just because we want to get that tracker value. Although, when our opponent plays a vehicle, it's really tempting just to run out tracker. In fact, I might, because then it's hard for the opponent to kill the tracker and crew a vehicle. Now that I have 2 trackers, I'm definitely taking that line. And that means tracker can start getting in if they play a creature to crew the vehicle and leave the tracker alone. And that means you can race vehicles, which happens. Sometimes you just want to race them since they're really bad at blocking typically. Here comes Thalia. Well, let's see. See, that's the thing, right? If he crews up and attacks, like, that's fine. I get in for at least 3. And it's off to the races. Even though my stuff comes in tapped, it'll still attack okay. Though Thalia can be a bit of a roadblock. If I crack 2 clues, I'm good. Alright. Double tracker. We might get deck and stoned. That would be the severe downside, but there's just so much more upside, I think, to playing the second tracker. Although Nissa would get a force that would enter the battlefield untapped, which would put Vital Force online. So that's pretty close. Maybe that is a misplay. Maybe it's a Vastwood Seer there in that spot, so that I have the untapped basic for next turn. Hello, people filing into chat, the regulars. Thanks to all who watch me regularly and drop in and say hello. I appreciate it. It's awesome. As we are gearing up for Amonkhet, there is new cards on the horizon. All kinds of fun on the horizon. My video locked up. Let me see. That must not be for everyone, though, or I'm sure somebody would tell me if they couldn't watch. Yep, there we go. Now the video's not locked up. Here comes the beatdown. Cool, cool. Our opponent's sticking with the aggro U plan. Nice. Alright. Let's go this route, I think. Or I could Nissa and Sack Clue get an 8. And I have another body on the battlefield. I guess it's 2 more damage either way. Then Skyship or Big Nissa to finish the job. Yeah, this is fine. It's 2 more damage next turn or 2 more damage this turn. We got a question in chat from Hanzo. A big launch day hype stream question mark. Oh yeah. Something crazy would have to happen to keep me from being on doing a launch party like I usually do. I know that weekend I have to be out of town for a wedding, so I'm gonna have to get my kicks on Thursday and on Wednesday night and Thursday. So I'm sure we'll be playing a lot of Magic. Yeah, no sense in blocking. Let's race. Now what could he have? Fleet Wheel Cruiser deals 10. So I'd still think I have a good chance of winning the race. It's coming down to the wire. Can he pull off some kind of a shocking play? This is the time where you want something like collective effort. Siegecraft. Well, I guess that's a card too. Hold on, I got a cough. Just when I was getting intimidated, he pulls out the Siegecraft. Now, does he attack with the Siegecraft, right? Or does he slow up? You gonna hold up, buddy? What's it gonna be? Okay. So, block a 5/5. Oh boy. He can still block. Maybe I'm just supposed to take out the spirit and let him have his big hoss. Or hit that, then I have 4 mana open. Sack 2 clues, go right through. That's a lethal-ish attack. Yeah, I think that's better. Let's see if we can draw an unsubstantiate for the almost wins. He did not activate the Sky Skiff in response. If he had done that, he'd have another blocker. So, nope, not there. So, 6, 7, 8, that puts him to 1. 1 and 2, I don't see a big difference. Rather just have another creature, I guess, in case he has something like a SRAM's expertise to go wide. He's already priced into blocking a tracker with that spirit. If he wants to live, he can't hit the Nissa. Yeah. Almost missed that one. Oh, we got pausing. A little late on the Sky Skiff activation, bro. Down to 2. Duskwatch, do your worst. And we'll see if opponent can hit Tragic Arrogance. I don't know. Well, that's something. Spectral Reserves. 2 spirits and 2 life. He can block the 2 big creatures, but he still dies. Death comes to us all. Now is probably not the best time to activate the Sky Skiff. But I guess we're on the AI level right now. Oh my goodness. Yep, you go ahead. Activate that thing. Baby's first deck, says Mortivore. Well, at least they put Thalia in it. Siegecraft Thalia. Technology. He has been playing the AI too much. I agree, Nighthawk. Too much. It's weird. By robots to play a game that deep thinking involved. Bad things happen. Opponent's a bot? Is that the theory? Nah, it's probably just a real person who learned how to play from a computer. Got a chance to moderate you, Mortivore. I assume that chance will come again. I assume that chance will come again. Boom. All right, 16 and 1. This is to tie the record. This is to tie the record. We're at 16 and 1. We're going for 17 and 1. Oh my. Nighthawk, on rare occasion, I hear some potty mouth on your YouTube channel, so be careful. Don't throw stones from a glass house. We have the true deviants here between me and Nighthawk and Mortivore. All right. It's on. All right, opponent. What have you got? He's got some Herald of Anguish sleeves. That's already a problem. This hand, I should try to get better. That hand is better. So, alright. If our opponent gets this one from us, it will have been earned. Our hand is not terrible. It's a little slow, but it's alright. Could be worse. Just set that up right now. Yo, what's this? Bant. BBB has just dropped in. Dude, are you not keeping up? We're at 16-1. This is to tie the record. This is a record-tying event right here. Big deal. 16-1 for Bant Tempo. And our opponent just missed a land drop. Oh boy. But what do? I guess we play Vastwood. Yeah. Vastwood is mana efficient. We'll play Vastwood. And we'll hide the blue mana. This is tied. It's tied with Abzan. Abzan Mythic Midrange. That is the record holder of 17-2. And this is not tied yet. It will be tied if we win this game. And the opponent's going to discard. Uh-oh. Nissa. Vital Force hitting the bin. What on earth is happening? Right? So, how bold do you get? We lay down double creatures, and opponent goes Radiant Flames. I guess we just follow with Gear Hulk, so it's not that high of a risk. So that's what we'll do. When they're missing land drops, seems unlikely. Not only that, it would cost him his energy to Radiant Flames for 3, and he might need that. There's an Evolving Wilds. Alrighty. We'll see if V-Hulk causes the concession button. Neon City asks about our podcast, when the podcast is coming up. Thank you for asking. That will be on Saturday at noon my time, so noon Eastern time in the US, and 5 GMT, I think is the term. Alrighty, pump up the jam. And I guess we'll play Selfless as well. That prevents some kind of a wrath effect. Languish is still pretty nasty, but we would still keep something. Yonder says, 9 a.m. Pacific on a Saturday. No chance in hell I'll be there. Well, that's why we record it. So, if we don't get the pleasure of your witty comments in chat, that sucks, but you're welcome to watch it later. And a Pilgrim's Eye. Gonna be late to this party, baby. Gonna be late. Looks like this was a Super Friends list that failed to draw land number 3. Ick. It happens. What do you think, Nighthawk? Should we allow that comment, that snarky comment? How dare you accuse me of tardyism? Boom, 17-1. This is for the record. This is it. Bant is now tied the record. It's going to try to be the #1 deck. Right here, right now. I think tardy has a negative connotation. BBB. Being that I'm a grown man and that, a wizard arrives exactly when he means to. Accusing me of tardyism. I guess it's also related to another comment that starts with re and ends with tardy. Something I have been called insensitive for saying in the past. Alright. Oof. This is tough. Because if I draw any land, this is turn 4 Gideon. But there's no green. But I think I can keep it. We'll see. You denied it to see if you would get... Okay, interesting. Oh, Glory Chaser. Right off the bat. We are chasing some glory. Let's see if red can put the deck down before it sets the record. Ooh, no green mana. And another green card off the top. That's exactly what you fear. Exactly what we fear. What's it gonna be? The Goblin Glory Chaser? Do we have an aura? Can we suit it up? Can we put some pants on? What's it gonna be? Wind Bolt. Yeah, that's how you want to do it. Alright, big draw step coming up before we have a dead turn here. Big draw step coming up. May it not be another green card. Hit me. Ugh. Okay, well, we hit land number 4. That's good. But if our opponent gets a bigger board, Gideon won't do much. We'll be playing Gideon from behind. That ain't good. Age Ring. Yeah. Not good at all. Arsonist. Ew. Gross. Alright, come on. Here's Mono Red doing Mono Red things. Maybe that hand was a bad keep. With the record on the line, did I choke it away? That's part of the drama. There's some green mana. Okay. What are we supposed to do? If I go Gideon, make a knight, he's probably going to kill the knight or attack through the knight to get to Gideon. And then what do we do the turn after that? We have a knight, maybe. And we've got mana. Whatever we play is very likely to die. What would use up most of my mana is a tracker. And I don't think this game's about card advantage. So I think I want to use my mana on tracker. Then I want to play Avacyn the next turn for sure. If we draw another land, the turn after that can be Gideon and Pacifist, and maybe that's where we stabilize. What his turns look like. We probably take 6 next turn, go to 10. Turn after that, we eat something with Avacyn and go to 7. Maybe 4. And then Gideon Pacifist. I think that'll have to do. Alright. I got my plan. And it's not a best case scenario plan. If the opponent doesn't have a removal spell or something like that, we're in better shape than I think. But if they have multiple removal spells and pump spells, we might not get there. It's kind of a middle of the road plan. See, do I understand correctly though? Did Magic Online get Amonkhet today? Or is that next week? It's one of these days. I think that's why Magic Online was down. No, it's not this week, it's next week. Don't worry about me. Alright, he's got 3. Is he gonna sack that fist or not? Okay. Interesting. So he doesn't think I want to trade, I guess. The fist is a good one though, but we'll get the bully off the battlefield. Alright, let's see what we draw. Reflector Mage would be great. Oop. Now I have to get that freaking Glory Chaser off the battlefield. Avacyn eats that. Take one, take one, take two. 9, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Gosh, it's so close to dead. I think I need Gideon to distract. I think I need to buy a turn. Alright. It's too bad. He did get a pretty sick double spell last turn. So hopefully Gideon can draw some fire. If it gains me 4 life, that's all I can ask. But he didn't have he didn't have anything that I'd call a removal spell there. Alright, he's got a spell coming. No surprise there. Interesting. I mean, I guess sometimes Mono Red does what Mono Red has to do to fill out a curve. He's a 3 rank, so he seems pretty new to the party. He's going all face, it looks like, which is a good play on his part. My only hope is to draw Gisela. Anytime. Okay, so he does go after Gideon. Alright. Gotta allow that. I'm not gonna block the Arsonist because I need 2 creatures to block this thing because of the menace. And that's what has to get the hell out of town. Crassus is pretty good. Am I supposed to do that? Gotta flip this Avacyn somehow. So then I take 2, 5, 4, 3, 2. But if I get to flip my Avacyn, things are good. So I guess I don't do anything here. Pass turn. Gotta flip my Avacyn somehow. Hopefully I can play it and he responds using his Inferno Fist. Okay, he doesn't. Now we block there and there. This is just gonna be death by a couple quick cuts, unfortunately, but we'll see. See if he has the right spells to bring it home. He can go 5, 4, 3, then if those die, that's 2, 1, and he has... Oh, he does not throw the fist. I wonder what's going on. What do you think's going on? He doesn't throw the fist. Or, what else you got? Has to be an instant or sorcery, right? Yep. Well, if we set the record on this game, we'll have earned it. That looks like it's pretty much done, but why wouldn't he play that, give it haste and attack? I'm so confused. Alright, gotta flip our Avacyn. Won't do it. So 1, 2, 3 means any instant or sorcery and I die, but I can block his dorks. Am I supposed to attack with the 2/2? Maybe I can flip that way? No, then I die. Because if I flip Avacyn, he deals 2 to me with that, and then the 2 devils do damage to me. But this is the draw to keep me alive in theory. If he has even any red instant or sorcery, I lose. But if he had it, wouldn't he have cast it? Let's find out. All right, all comes down to this. Two cards in hand. He needs a red, instant, or sorcery to win. Tick-tock. We know he just drew that land because he didn't play it last turn. Passing the turn. Are you kidding? He blocks. Well, 13, 14. Well, I can't kill him. Unless he kills one of mine, but takes everything? Nah. Okay. Angel's time. Does it connect? Does it connect? No! How could it be? How could it be? What a dramatic game we found to try to set the record with. All right, here we go. I've got the Crassus. I can untap the Gisela to block if he swings. Here comes the Alchemist. What could he do here? I guess Firecraft still does it, right? If he drew it. Firecraft does it. Easy peasy, baby. Easy peasy. What's he gonna have? What could the two cards be? It is kind of a, you know, you can tell there's some kind of starter cards, some deck box cards, so it could be something we just don't even have in our mind. Here it comes. 2 damage to my face. Uh-huh. What else you got? Firecraft? If so, why take so long? Why toy with my emotions? The Garrison. The Garrison doesn't do it. The Glory. Okay, so he was slow rolling one of those creatures. Why wouldn't he play that out? He only needed to find 1 more damage. Aw, man. Gotcha. He knows, though. He knows. Bant. Can't give him an opportunity to flip Avacyn either, but I guess that doesn't matter now. Nah. In fact, it would be fine for me. I have 4-4, 4-5. Yep. Holy cow. We're gonna steal this all the way back. Unbelievable. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your new record holder, Bant Tempo, much to the delight of Geminis around the world. 18-1. 18-1. Now, let's see. Yeah, if he had sacked that Inferno Fist, that's right, Nighthawk would have had it. But we can't play it for him, can we? We can't play it for him. Whoo! All right, I'm gonna do something different. Now that we set the record with Bant Tempo, I'm going to move on to another deck and see if it can get to the same record. And then if it gets there, what we'll do is we'll have a playoff between the decks that can match the 18-1 record. Otherwise, we'll eliminate decks that couldn't get there. That, I think, will just make it a little more exciting if somebody gets to a playoff and then we're switching back and forth between the two. We have kind of a sudden death thing going on. So I think that could be a lot of fun. So we're going to table Bant Tempo's 18-1 record. I'm going to post that right here. It also lets me switch off of a deck I've been playing for about 20 games in a row to something else. But Bant, you get to live for another day, and we'll see if anybody can compete with you. All right. We're down to the nitty gritty, that's for sure. We have, is it control, green, black. We have Teamer Energy. We have Grixis, a Planeswalker deck. We have Mardu Midroom, and we have Salty Toekns. So we are right at the end. I'm going to pick one of these. Who's it going to be? I think we'll go with the Toekns. Yep, we'll go with the Toekns. I'm going to transcribe this into my description, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Get into Quest for the Best. This is inspired by the Mobius deck list with some changes. There were just a few things that I wanted to do differently, but it's a very similar deck at the core. And let's see what happens. Chat's having a discussion about how hard the Nighthawk deck is to play. Yeah, man. That deck, if you want to see some funny stuff happening, what season did I play that in a tournament in Fight Club? I played Team Urge in Fight Club. Was it in Kaladesh? Yeah, it was. I played that Kaladesh season. And yeah, it's a head scratcher. There's only about 50 slightly different lines you can take every single turn. I don't know what the issue is with the one of Pilgrim's Eye. I love the one of Pilgrim's Eye. He's there when you need him. All right, we can keep that. We got the curve. Starting from the bottom, 0 and 0. 18 wins is the goal, 2 losses is the elimination, and our opponent's gonna start by bouncing and making an energy. Yeehaw. Alright, so if they sink their second turn into it, I might just blow that thing up. We're going to need to draw a second white along the way, which there's more black sources in the deck than white, so I don't expect to smooth into Saram's expertise perfectly well. Alright, so you got that thing. Let's just nuke it. Let's just say, that's fun. Away with you. Everyone on Xbox quits after the first Deep Fiend, you say? In discussion of Team Urge? How disappointing. It is true, though. People quit pretty quickly on Xbox. Although we've had, you know, there's those who stick it out as well. Generalizing will get in trouble. So we need to draw a card or two to go with Saram's at this point. Our hand is plenty of curve, but not that much action. The serious cheat is going to use an Oath of Nissa. What will the serious cheat find? Angel of Invention. Well, that's on the way. I wonder if that's a good reason to slow roll my Ballista. Okay, it's a go wide type of deck. That is a very good reason to slow roll my Ballista. It's a deck that wants to flip Militia Captain. Oof. Not the draw. But Thalia's likely in the deck. At the same time, though, I do want the Abbey to be a bit of a surprise, since this is looking like an Abbey game. So if I do this next turn, that's 3 creatures. I do this next turn, that's 4 creatures, and I can shoot down his Angel of Invention. And the turn after that, I can Abbey if nothing dies. Okay, the plan. Evolve in Wild. We're not sure if his deck... Well, his deck likely has Declaration in Stone, but will he draw it? Will he draw it is a whole other matter. So now he has double Captain, and he's probably thinking that next turn he can Angel of Invention, and it will be glorious. And I guess it would be. Draw me something to Saram's. I mean, I guess that counts. I guess it counts. You can break it up, though. Now we don't. Now next turn we can play Ballista and kill the Angel and kill a token, and he doesn't. Not to mention these Scroungers are just gonna be a good amount of pressure on their own. You can't sit back against those too much. Oh, he doesn't. Well, wait a minute. We know he has the Angel. He doesn't have the land. Ouch. Okay. Then in that case, let's see what he wants to do with Scroungers. Takes it. Vicious. Well, that makes Copter scary, I think. You can put Ballista off again. I'm not scared of him dropping Angel and attacking. Nissa, he's at 8. If he doesn't have a flying blocker, he just dies. Okay, he concedes. So, he just didn't curve out. It was an interesting little 2 ships passing in the night. Neither of us interacted with each other's board at all. And he just didn't, the pieces didn't come together. First win on the board. How about them Scroungers doing their scrounging? Not great synergy cards in the deck. It doesn't have a ton of things to sacrifice Scroungers for, but it's just great to always have a pilot for a vehicle, to always have some kind of pressure on the field. If the opponent does want to play sweepers, you feel a little more insulated. I like it better than Selfless Spirit for that anyway. Just punches a bit harder. If he'd put the counters on the Angel, I wonder how that would have turned out. So if he has 5 mana and he plays Angel of Invention, and he puts 2+1/+1 counters on it, and I don't draw a removal spell, then it probably goes into Ormondal range, and he has to have a solution for Ormondal. That, or I play Ballista for 3 and take it off the board anyway, because I would have had enough mana to Ballista for 3. Okay, nice. A few untapped lands is never too bad a thing. Got a nice curve. We can go Eily and do Enthusiast into Effort. Plenty of power. And our opponent's showing some black-green. Alright, who wants to go first? I think it's probably best just to run Scrap Heap Scrounger out. If it eats a removal spell, great. If it eats a chump blocker or a trade, great. You get it back later. Just punches a little harder than Eily. And just black-green nothing. What kind of a hand would you keep that goes nothing, nothing, nothing? I would keep one that had quite a few removal spells. Although there was no Rex Sage. I would have expected a Rex Sage there. So I guess I'd also keep a hand that played Languish. So this guy is worse against Languish, but we still get a Scrounger back, whereas Liliana kind of forces the opponent to do something. Also, historically, black-green is really weak against Planeswalkers. So I'm thinking I'm not just going to be able to run him over, or else he wouldn't have kept his hand if he didn't have some interaction and or a sweeper. So I'm going to go with Liliana. Black-green, like I said, historically they have trouble with sweeps. Let's go up. Okay, not what I expected to happen at all. Let's see if that can get rid of Liliana. Haven't seen that card in a hot minute. Flash in that 3/3, baby. And From Beyond, okay. Destroy target enchantment. We'll see. We'll see. That may not be the play. Yeah, that play doesn't defend Liliana. I think I can wait a turn. I can probably catch him in I can probably find an opportunity to blow this up later. Let's make some dudes. This will defend Lily and give us more oomph in our collective effort. Our efforts will be more effortly. Scrounger can't block, so might as well be attacking. Now, what is our opponent up to? This screams aristocrats to me, but it also just seems like a pitifully slow draw. I'm gonna just take it. Fine. And, okay, yeah, I guess it's a Kratz deck. It's just a very plotting Kratz deck. Go ahead and take out this. Does he have another flash vial thingy? He might. So I'm thinking that we might just want to wait on the effort. He has another flash guy. That's something. So we'll just suck all the value out. We'll get Eiley out. We'll have protection in the form of grasp up. We'll get Lily plussed a few more times, and we'll try to look for a better effort opportunity because the opponent's doing so much nothing. I just don't know. Don't really know what, if anything, is coming. Pulsa Marasa. Well, he tapped out. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. So, enchantment you, counters me, tap you. There we go. Figured he was leaving mana up for something. I thought it might be another flash creature, but it turned out to be Pulsa Marasa. I'll have to check out those comments when I get around to it. BBB. Alright, down goes Eiley. Got pushed. Interesting collection of cards. If it's a Kratz type thing, I would definitely want more creatures, but we've got plenty of spells hidden in there. You gonna attack? Sure he is. Gang up. See if he has anything to get through. Yonder says that BBB got burned badly there. Yeah, you put yourself out there, stuff happens. Pick yourself up, go again. Get that off the board. And now we have the mana to Ballista. But what's he gonna do? I guess he can trade this Strangler for something. So we can take away that option. The Golgari Eldrazi is the Wu-Tang of duels. You'll have to explain that one to my ignorant self. The Strangler is interesting. I don't see anything that's helping him out with that exile synergy. Let's keep back the Enthusiast. So we don't have to do any chumping to protect Lily, but we're all over the board. He's only got one card in hand. This one's going good. I guess Rogue's Passage means he can check Lily with his Blister Pod. Okay. I could stop him by using the Ballista, but nah. Not worth it. And we got it. And we'll find another opponent, 2-0 for the tokenness. And there's no fighting here. This is the war room. Excellent line, Nighthawk. Excellent line. Name that movie, chat. Who is not Nighthawk? Name that movie. Oh, a rematch. Nice. This hand's okay. If you must know, Bounce, BBB, it was a slow day for Mobius at work. He and I were texting a lot about the new set. He even said as much that he was bored, and that's why he was on Reddit. So, you got that part right. You got that part right. If that changes anything, I don't know. Okay, so he had red in that deck. He's Jund. or he switched decks, one of the two. I guess we'll see. All right, we're gonna need another white source. Yep, Strange Love, we got a winner. Let's see if he wants to attack with that blister pot. Psych, maybe, yep, maybe. Okay, it's on. Did Bant get beaten or did you retire it? Bant set the record at 18-1, so what I'm doing is setting it aside, and if another deck ties its record with 18 wins, we'll do a Bant versus other deck playoff. And so we'll just kind of switch back and forth. I'll play Bant one, and then I'll play the deck that tied its record one until we see who gets the highest. Yeah, he's probably got Flash Guy, but I'm ready this time. Nope. Nope, 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 not this. Warped Landscape instead. Okie dokie. But yeah, I figured that would be more exciting than creating a really high record, and then everybody just ignores decks until they get to like 15 wins or something like that. I figured that the playoff idea would be fun. I wish I'd started it sooner. I'll be better prepared for next time. So he has all those dual lands. We saw all basic lands in the last game. Maybe it's a different deck, or maybe he's just trying something else. How many other decks are left now? I think we've got like 6 left, maybe 7. We're narrowing it down. We're making our push. We got 1 week left to get this stuff right. 1 week left to figure out who is the champion. Or else I'm just going to declare the leftover decks like the bestest, the ones that survive that long. Angel? Angel. Now, my opponent left up mana. We know that they run Pulsamarasa. We also know that they run Vile Redeemer. I'm not going to overthink that. I think it's better to just play our lovely, lovely Angel and get cracking. See if they also have removal here. And no Redeemer. They didn't have it last turn either. Yonder says to BBB that Mobius is just pulling your leg, and don't worry, everybody loves you. I can promise you for sure, and this is true no matter who you are, not everybody loves you. But that's okay. They don't have to. You can still do your thing. Kind of important to be realistic about that. Anybody who sets out with a goal of like getting everyone to love them is in for sad times. So much sadness in that goal. Maybe it's his steal sack version. Well, he doesn't have a sack outlet and he didn't steal anything. So if that's what he's going for, he's off the mark. We can Ormondal him, but I don't think that's smart. If he does have a way to get rid of it, which he may very well not, but if he has something, we'd be in a lot of trouble. I think it's much better here to effort and grasp and beat down. Nighthawk. See? Not everybody loves you either, Nighthawk. Weird, huh? Oh, man. Pretty funny. He tried to add the quote, not everybody loves you, by me. So put that on the list. BBB says, you think I want love? Come on, guys. Look at what I post. Just really, come on, in caps. Well, I'll tell you this. You know you want love. You know you just want a hug, dude. Don't deny it. Don't pretend. It's okay. We all just want some love. It's all right. Now I'm just trying to be funny. Like, come on. We're all here for the love. Nothing worse than a Kratz deck that falls behind on the board. There's very little it can do from that spot. It's a lot like Tempo, a lot like some Tempo decks in that way, and some token decks in that way. When you're behind, it's just, Ew, what do I do? What the heck do you do with that situation? Our opponent's going to run the clock and try to find out, see if they can come up with something, but not pretty. Not where you want to live. No way to live your life. BBB says he wants Glyph Keeper to hug him. Just him and his Glyph Keeper. They'll be happy forever. Screw everybody else. I got my Glyph Keeper. I don't need you. Alright, if that's your attitude, yo. That's your attitude. But we'll be here when you're sad. Alright. Turn the team sideways. What you got? He's got the I don't know what to do here pause. Alright, he needs to kill the angel and one other thing. Can he do it? You got a trick up your sleeve? Is it fog? Yep. Yep. Stuff happening. Okay, he's got pulse. Now that might do the job. I mean, he's finding ways to see another turn. It's not quite fog, but it's getting there. And we got a push on a token. Sure, no problem. He has a lot of spell interaction for a Kratz deck. Maybe it's not even supposed... Maybe it's like a weird mid-range value deck. Maybe Kratz is... Maybe Nantuko Husk isn't the point, you know what I mean? Oh, Glyph Keeper getting Radiant Flamed. Ooh. I cry a little just thinking about it. Yeah, my soul hurts a little on that one. Let's make a dork. Okay, pause me. You gonna kill my angel now? Probably should. But then he's still dead. How dare you say such a thing, Step Up, Glyph Keeper eating Radiant Flames. You just like sank a whole bunch of ships. There were a bunch of beautiful lives that just got lost, dreams that just got crushed. Yep. Oh yeah, trades with Scrappy Scrounger. There's a good one, Nighthawk. You just put it out there to chump block Scrounger for a turn because your Magma Spray ain't cooperating, or you left it out because you thought that Galvanic Bombardment was good, something like that. Yeah, heartbreaker. Glyph Keeper's a heartbreaker. Rolling on 3-0. No losses. Long way to go before, you know, it's interesting. BBB won't let Expertise die because I had a deck I was excited about once. How much do you like it when people bring up old things that you got excited about once? Let me see this picture. Nice. It's a minion who's really happy. Thank you for links to pictures of happy minions. I appreciate that. More entertainment while I'm trying to find a game. This is why, you know, you guys on YouTube, I know a lot of you watch on YouTube. More people watch on YouTube than on Twitch, by a lot. By like about 7-1, YouTube to Twitch. So YouTube's the big audience. But guys, it is so cool to be on Twitch. I really get to interact with people, and they get to interact with me, and we have banter, and they can send me links to silly photos. It's really good. So after my comment about the Expertise deck, like he's kind of needling me because I got excited about a deck once, and he says it's not nice being on the other end of the stick. Right, it's not nice, but I'm not sad about it. I thought that deck was really good. Didn't work out. Still might in the future. You never know. A few cards could swing the balance. But I have no regrets for getting excited and trying something. Not a single one. I didn't register it for a tournament, and I didn't come out and say it's like tier 1 after playing it for 2 weeks. So I learned. I had something that I got stoked about. I talked about it on podcast, and it didn't happen. And I kind of moved on to other things. But that happens. That happens all the time. Look at Improvise. Like, a lot of people thought Improvise was really cool. I wish it were as cool. I wish it were that cool. And maybe it will be in the future. But I'm not mad at anybody who got excited about it. If you got excited about processors and ingesting, well, I can't help you. That's one that, like, from the get-go, anybody who was into that, I don't understand. There are very few mechanics that are so bad that you pick on the people who got interested in them in the first place. But ingest is definitely in that area. Did DJ have strong feelings on processors? I don't think I was even part of your podcast back then. If he did, please, like, if you can find some quotes on that, I would love to use them on Friday or Saturday. I've been meaning, and maybe I'll get to do it tomorrow, I've been meaning to go listen to the last podcast and come up with a list of things that happened and didn't happen. Oh, we're getting cruisered. Just like that. Just like that. Bam, bam, bam. Esper processors. That's hilarious. And excellent. I love this. Okay, cool. Thank you. I love this. What's the play? Gotta be Kalitas, right? I'm not gonna sit around to hope I can nuke this thing. I'm just gonna get in there with Harvester and gain 3 life. So in the meantime, if I play this, it does put this online for the turn after. Whereas Kalitas might just eat removal, but if it doesn't, I totally crush this game. Not only that, holding on to these isn't a terrible thing, so I have one to expertise with. I don't know. But I think it's Kalitas. Hopefully our opponent just, they're not lined up to remove this thing, or else it'll be sad. People like Esper. Esper has, in theory, all the answers, and it's all about whether or not you can weed all the answers into a system that isn't clunk. That's what it's about. Can you root out the clunk and make it a cohesive deck that just flows? It's really hard to do, especially with the mana that we have, and especially with most of the good Esper colored cards being double black, double white, double blue. But the Esper appeal is that's all there. It's just about getting them into a consistent order. And that's why a lot of Esper ends up jank, because they shove in all the things that are supposed to be good and wonder why it doesn't work the way they thought it would. I have fallen for this. Many players better than I and worse than I will continue to. Here come some critters. But Kalitas lives. Extra, read all about it. Kalitas still on battlefield and opponent tapped out. Yep, he can cruise all he wants to. We've got 6 lifelink swinging this turn, so that basically is a fog. Hey, there's a card. I could leave up grass, but I don't think that's right. Hey, when Kalitas sticks for even a turn or two, it's just like the game is so bad. It just goes south. I mean, depending on who you're rooting for, of course, but I always see it from the opponent's point of view where I'm like, oh, that just got nasty. Let's see what our opponent can do now. Keeping it coming. No surprise there. This is tapped to crew a vehicle, right? Oh, it just becomes tapped. Okay. So Herald can come down, but it's probably more likely that we hold up Grasp on the following turn, but our draw step will have a lot to do with it. A second white definitely influences things. Any untapped land influences things a lot. But most likely, if we draw kind of a blank, it'll be Copter and Grasp, and that should be a really good double spell. And yep, opponent is passing with cards in hand. What could that mean? Archangel Avacyn? So we did draw the blank. Question now is, do we want to attack with anything? Into Avacyn, not really. But I guess Harvester draws Avacyn out. So let's put that to the test. We don't have any more energy for lifelink anyway. Avacyn's late to the party. You're not going to get a block that way, Avacyn. Alright. So, Copter, here you go. At 12. He can make Kalitas unable to block. He can make his cruiser unblockable. So I'm debating whether or not to use Grasp this turn or next turn. That's the debate. He's going to attack with a Vigilant creature either way. But there's something to be said about waiting till he activates Key to the City. Let's see what he does. I think we're better off using this in the attack step in this case. By the way, we're also good on Ormondal if we draw an untapped land. Alright. Key, target, app. So let's get into attack steps here and figure out what we're going to do. It's important to remember he can go up to 5 power on his cruiser. Alright, so we will blow you up, get a zombie. We'll activate Copter. And we'll put stuff in front of fleets. There we go. There's the untapped land. How many creatures are we going to have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he has no cards in hand, so the untapped land is lethal. There's probably lethal a few ways, but this'll do. So we turn you on. Oops, come on. I hate that. It happens. If you blew up the cruiser, you get more zombies from Avacyn flipping. No, Avacyn wouldn't flip yonder. I'm sorry. Avacyn would not flip because it would be exiled. Because of Kalitas, the cruiser wouldn't die, it would be exiled, and Avacyn would not flip. Did think about it. But yeah, there is no way to flip the Avacyn with Kalitas on the board. Looks like Nighthawk was on the same line. Sorry, guys. Heartbreak. I'm just shattering the dreams over here. Boulevard of Broken Dreams on CGB's channel. I walk alone. I walk alone. Uh-huh. 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 Blood and Guts says hi. Hi, Blood and Guts 1. Hi. How you doing? How's your day? What's happening with you? 4-0 for Black-White Toekns. Thank you for the... Nighthawk adds the quote, CGB's channel where dreams go to die. Dun dun dun. Thank you, Nighthawk. Thank you. Dun 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 added by yourself. Uh-oh, we should be afraid. That is a hundo stack. And these hands are bad. Okay. These are some bad hands racing a hundo that's sleeved up. Getting the value out of those sleeves by putting all the cards you can in the deck. You get up to 40 extra card sleeves for free if you play 100 card decks instead of 60. It's a known fact. Yep, red-green. If it's some kind of a ramp deck, that could be really good against us because our hand is dirt slow. Interesting hold by the auto mod. What do you think of that one, Nighthawk? I'm gonna get made fun of by somebody, but I don't know what THICC even means. I don't even know what that is. Oh, look at that. Hard countered. 100 card deck has the Reclamation Sage on turn 3. Clutch. Alright, come on, I hit the button. There we go. We all know the hundo stacks come to get you. We know that their draws are perfect. This is mystery to nobody. Man, I don't even know what the heck you guys are talking about. Look at this draw! This is great. Only hundo stacks curve out, and they do Sage into Chandra on the play. In fact, it's so weird. Only hundo stacks have the turn 4 awesome Planeswalker on time on Xbox. I'm sure it would happen a lot more to me on other platforms, and it does on iOS. It's just really strange. You let down your guard for 1 minute mentally, because you see the hundo stack, and then it just blows up. Like, boom, all up in your face. Well, you might be okay, though. We'll see what happens next turn. We'll see what happens next turn. That was a really good draw in the Enthusiast. Really good draw. And effort can be a great counter to our opponent. What are they going to do here? Gaia's Revenge? It wouldn't counter that very well. But if it's something that's big and is not hexproof or pseudo-hexproof, things will be fine. Going up. It's mana. Is it Gaia's Revenge? Okay, it's a Yavam. What? It's a Yavimaya worm. What the hell? And a Lava Step Raider? Oh my goodness. Attack with that Sate. Yes! Get in there. Get in there. Okay, let me think. I can attack Chandra for 5. I can't kill it though. And actually if I tap one of these, so I can only attack it for 3. So does that make it worth it to kill a Raider? With a push? Probably not, right? I don't think that makes it worth it. We are behind on board though, but I think I'll save the push. I just can't bring myself to do it. Hello. White, colorless, leave the black. Collective effort, destroy counters. You die, you stupid worm. And counters for me. And let's tap. And let's tap the enthusiast. Since we can't kill Chandra anyway, we'll just see if he wants to chump here. If he does, nice. Value. Alright, your move. Neon City wants me to lose. Let me see. Neon City says he's hoping for a Suntail Hawk at this point, and Nighthawk says, "You want CGB to lose?" Question mark. That's nice. What else we got here? When do we see the next color of mana? So they think it's a 5-color deck that's just managing to curve out red-green style. Wow, interesting. Why would you kill the enthusiast there? Huh? I don't know. Yes, play the sergeant. Yes, awesome. All right. Attack? No. Okay, so do we push the sergeant? Angel can make our creatures big enough that they can go over the top of sergeant, but then he can chump and keep Chandra. She probably wouldn't do much, but I think this is about as good as push gets. Unless, of course, I get the Kalitas on the battlefield, but let's just make sure Chandra dies. Whew. Man, that was scary for a minute, but we managed to get some things together. Some pretty fortunate draws in Enthusiast and Fatal Push. Well, the Fatal Push was in our hand. Really, the Enthusiast was right on time. We needed some bodies. Enthusiast brought them. Made our collective effort awesome. Grove Rumbler is the play. There was some speculation that Big Chandra was the next thing to come from our opponent. I would, would I have even batted an eye? I don't know, man. I don't know. But now Westvale's online, so life is beautiful. The question is, with Westvale online, do we use it? What could red-green do? What could red-green do against Westvale Abbey? I almost feel like I have to do it in case there's a Chandra's Ignition. If he had it, he could have used it on Reclamation Sage, though. Let me think. How far is he from Ulamog? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, he's a long way from Ulamog. This is really close. I think I just hold up the Abbey activation and don't play Kalitas. And then on end step, if I want to, I can crank out more dudes. Yeah, I think I just hold it up. I think in this spot, that's the right way to go. Play the will he, won't he Abbey game. There is a lot of really interesting chat stuff, such as Animus Awakening revealing 6 lands and killing me with Grove Rumbler. That could happen. Yeah, okay. Things always go right for the Seals when they're playing 100 cards. Alright, let's crank out make some little 1/1, 2/2 humans. Thanks to the Angel. There's Cerams. What's the play, though? Had nothing, 1 card in hand. I think we just keep running it. Just run this play. This play is fine. What happened to Bant, asks Moloni. I always mess up the name. Molo. I'm just gonna call you Molo. I think that sounds awesome. But Molo asks what happened to Bant. Bant set the record. Set a new record at 18-1. Oh, here we go. Nighthawk knows the score. Yep. Nighthawk's telling him what's up. We're gonna, if anybody else gets to 18 wins, we're gonna pull out the Bant deck again. Let's see what our opponent wants to do. So, do we eat it? Yes, we do. He's tapped out with no cards in hand. Ormandal print. Get in there, guys. Ulamog will probably come off the top. I probably did fall for his trap. I hear ya. Whoa. Oh, first strike. Okay. I forgot about first strike. He got that because he played a Looming Spires. Oopsie daisy. My bad. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Meh. Still. Now we can just race. Get right side up, darn you. But we're definitely getting Ulamogged. There's just no question. Let's get Kalitas Ulamogged while we're at it. Let's just play right into it. Exactly 10 lands, 80 cards in the deck. One of them is probably a mythic rare 10 drop. Surely he drew it. Oh, the suspense. The slow roll. How could he? I don't think one would pick targets that long. Maybe he drew it and he's dancing around the room before playing it. It's just having a party. He's calling up his friends, he's taking screenshots, he's hitting record that. He's setting up his Twitch account so he can show everybody how he just smashed CGB so brutally. Then he's going to frame it and put it on the refrigerator for mom. Clearly that's what's going on. The clock is running all the way down. What could it be? What could you have? Oh, it's a land. Just a mountain. Just your good old standard mountain off the top. All right. Alright, get in there, Ormandal. Ormandizzle. Doing the math on Grove Rumbler says step up. That's some math. We'll go empty-handed as well. Your move. Ah! That one didn't take as long. He already knew the math. Back-to-back land top decks. Sorry for your luck. Yep. See ya, jockers. We'll take win number 5. 5-0. 5-0. The road before the token deck is long, but not insurmountable. Yep. 100 card deck ran out of luck. Opened up beautifully. Rexager Copter, Chandra on the play when the opponent has no board. Chandra ramped out a Yava Maya Worm, because you can do that. Huh, okay, so I'm reading this Reddit link that I got sent, which is BBB talking about his podcast. Really, I just think they want you to play tournaments, dude. And you definitely shouldn't do anything that you don't want to do. We have to earn wins. We can't take a concession during the draw step. I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. If you don't want to play tournaments, don't play them. But try to take it as I wouldn't say a backwards or a backhanded compliment, kind of like a sideways compliment. They just want to see you play. That's all. Don't beat it up. Don't think too much of it. And as far as the comment on Reddit about you criticizing me, yours truly, CGB, go right ahead. I'm used to it. People don't believe me. Not always. Actually, I'm very blessed. I receive more praise than criticism, and I'm grateful for it. But if you have criticism, I can take it. Bring it on. All right, Thornbow and Swiftwing. Why on earth did this person leave? They've got the curve of the gods. I'm just gonna turn some scrap heaps loose on him. Wow, the AI says, boom, gotcha. The AI got me there. Oops. Boom. How about them apples? Applesauce, biatch. That's Reddit, man. Reddit's for people who get upset. And Mobius in general, you know, he's got his opinions. He's a good player, smart guy, and our reigning champion. So he is not to be discounted. But his opinions are his opinions. Alright, I guess we go ham. Seems good. I'll actually give him another turn to put out a thing I can kill or put an aura on one of those creatures to make effort even better. And we'll just go for stuff on the board for right now. And yay, I had one of those Ceram's expertise curve outs. I love those. They're so much fun. And we've got a Cull Blade. Check 1, 2, Cull Blade in the house. Okay, I think it's gotta be you. Doing your thing. Yeah, no, this way. There we go. Get that out of my house. And I guess we'll send Scrounger, because why not? But I'm gonna save Eiley. Because we got this. If I put him under too much pressure, he'll feel the need to trade. If he trades, even with my Scrounger, makes Abby worse. Meh. This may have some steely, sacky stuff going on. Those red-black deck box decks often do. Come on, pump something up. Put an aura on something. I want this collective effort to be, you know, amazing. I want the whole team working together. Like Gids. Gideon gets it. It's teamwork. It's about all of us doing things together. Oh, I meant to sacrifice that, and the timer didn't cooperate with me. I was ready to, but whatever. All right, now what? Do we just 9 him? No, we don't. Screw that. Do I do nothing? Do I pump the team? Redundant. Go gadget. Go wideboard, I guess. Can't. The perfect pump. It's okay. He wants to trade with a servo. Boom. Oh, hold on. We're having a rush of adrenaline. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I'll go ahead and sacrifice this servo. Give me that life. Nothing like a bat playing defense and having a rush of adrenaline. Whoever is in the lab injecting like pumped up bats with adrenaline, y'all crazy. Look, it's already killing, like it didn't even kill that snake and it's flying around with that snake. That snake could be poisonous, could be biting you. Don't you want to kill it first? You gotta grab it right by the back of the neck. That's how you take on poisonous snakes. I learned that in Boy Scouts or something. Somewhere I learned these things. Anyway, the Swiftwing, he didn't come prepared. He didn't come correct. Yeah, Thornbow. Thornbow's gonna send a message on the way out. Thank you for the message, Thornbow. Message is elves don't die vertical, they die horizontal. Right on. Yeah, welcome to your doom. Good old Angel. Angel card's turning out to be pretty nuts here in the final days of Aether Revolt duels. And hello to the Avocado, dropping in to say hey everybody. What's up? We've got another pump spell for the Swiftwing. Be pretty hot. Nope, not this time. Alright. I pronounced that seal clubbed. It was the AI, so it's particularly good seal clubbing. And we roll on. Yonder has added a quote that elves don't die vertical, they die horizontal. I think that applies even more to goblins, but there's just not enough goblins in duels. There's no goblin lord, you know? People were quite down on Angel of Invention when she was spoiled. Never really got the hate. The best reason to hate the card right now is Walking Ballista, I think. But the best reason to love the card right now, tell me what you think about this. Dusk to Dawn. Dusk to Dawn. What do you think of that? Alright, we just need to draw any land and this hand's good. If we draw white, it's really good. I think we take a chance. So Dusk to Dawn encourages you to play with a bunch of small creatures, because it kills everything with a power of 3 or greater. And then Angel of Invention is a 2/1. It pumps small creatures and it makes 2 more small creatures. The Dawn side of Dusk to Dawn says return all creatures with power. Power, not casting cost. Power 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Dusk to Dawn regurs your 5-drop, your Angel of Invention, and puts it back in your hand for future action. How sick is that? A small thing, but a fun thing, I think. It's definitely, it also returns your Weaponcraft Enthusiast, because this is an 0/1. There's more of that shenanigan going on. I think Dusk to Dawn goes in this deck. It is not a control card. I do not think you want to Dusk to Dawn in a control deck. But I think in this type of deck, it's very good. Alright, I don't want to trade with that stupid thing. Thank God I drew a land there. Does return Altered Ego as well. Also returns Reflector Mage. I think we've all heard of that card before. Power 2 or less is a lot different from casting cost 2 or less. You can actually get back some kick butt stuff. Oh yeah, get in there with your Toppelgeisty. Opponents decided to race me. Let's see what else they've got. Seems like I'm up against spirits. I've got some instant speed tricks of my own. That's not white mana. I am disappointed. But at least I have a mana sink in my ballista, so I don't have to do stone cold nothing. What you got, opponent? Opponent probably feels like they have to deal with ballista too. But now he can play who taps out when. If it helps, CGB, I don't criticize you the way people think I do. Why would I have you on a quarterly podcast for a channel I don't upload to otherwise? That's BBB. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you don't criticize me the way that people believe. People hear a thing or two and they latch onto it. That's just normal. I'm gonna take, I don't know, can I accept this concession? I feel great about my spot. I need help, guys. Do I take this concession and move on to another game or not? I mean, it's like beating the AI should be easy peasy. But I just, for some reason, I don't feel good about it. It seems too middle of the game. But maybe my opponent saw the Ballista and just said his 2-1 Spirit deck can't beat it. I need help. I need a vote. Somebody tell me. Okay, Nighthawk says get out of here. I'm gonna go with it. Thank you for the assistance. Alright, so 7-0. Yeah, I'm guessing my opponent was a Spirit deck that just couldn't beat a Walking Ballista. Another reason that deck just not quite what it used to be. I, for one, am very grateful that I get to be on the quarterly podcast. Somebody has to be on there sharing views that, you know, the spiky spike wants to hear. Somebody has to be bringing the perspective outside of, like, somebody has to dash the dreams of the sandworm convergence. Let me just put it that way. It's a job I take seriously, and I do so with honor. It is an honor to get to trash sandworm convergence for the good of the land. Alrighty. Yeah, this is fine. It's slow, but it's fine. And it's not going to be good if this is a tutelage deck, but we will see as our opponent opens on the red-blues. And they have kitten sleeves. Kitten sleeves are usually some degenerate tutelage player. Do we push this right away? I don't have to push it yet. I can wait. Alright. Ballista's fine. Yay. See if the opponent has something for that or not. And we've got a thief. Thief is interesting. I wonder if it's more push-worthy. But we can gum things up pretty good. Oh, that's good. So how do we want to play this? Ooh. Am I supposed to just kill that thing now? I guess so. Like, prowess without its creatures is barely prowess. The other option is to wait and try to blow him up if he uses a bunch of spells. Now, what could he have? If he has like 3 pump spells, my grasp may not work. But there is the Fatal Push Ballista option. This is such a weird spot, but I want push open next turn, so I definitely want to grasp. So do I grasp now while it will definitely resolve, or do I try to blow him up? I'm gonna grasp now. I have a good curve. No reason to risk walking into like double Titan strength. And shut down the card draw as soon as we can. Alright, Abbott into a Ballista. Probably fine. Island hits like a boss. Exactly what you want. And there we go. Harvester or Enthusiast? Harvester, I'm guessing. Yeah, we'll deploy Harvester. It gets in around or over the top of the thing. Is anyone aware? There's something about full art lands. Okay, looming spires. Sure. Anyone aware of full art lands changing to Amonkhet size style? I have no idea, man. I don't know what to tell you about that. Let's see if our opponent's ready for this. We have the push. And I'm not even going to do the lifelink thing. Okay. The opponent didn't see that one coming. A shock would have been pretty bad, but you do what you gotta do. Alright, put you out there. Weaver of Lightning might be a real pain. Since our opponent hasn't cast any creatures yet, it might be right to kill that thing somehow. See if he wants to block. If he does, okay. Opponent does block. So I think what we'll do is we'll just take this moment to clear up our opponent's board completely before he can pick on our tokens. Alright, there we go. Kreider says, hello, foolish mortals. Hello, our Lord Bolus. I want to make a zombie deck. It probably won't be great, but it definitely gets better. A lot of people like zombies. I'm not going to pick on you for liking zombies. If you are a zombie fan, you are going to get a lot of options. I am very unconvinced they are good options, but they are options. Alright, I think Jace has to go. Still not respecting Thing in the Ice. It just doesn't look like our opponent can flip it anytime soon, and this also answers that card pretty well. If it does flip. I don't want to trade off my tokens, though. Do I? Do I? I guess I'm the beatdown right now. Okay. Then I guess we want to trade a little. If he ever does flip that thing, we just, as long as we have our enthusiasts around, we get our tokens back. I'll go ahead and use lifelink now. I don't have another use for the energy. Have you heard from Mobius in the last 2 days or so? Asked Kreider. I talked to him earlier today. Talked to him on text earlier today. I did tell him to email you about the prize. I told him if that's what it's about. If it's about something else, let me know. I can tell him. Land off the top. Sweet. I think there's about, I don't know. Grip. Okay. We got a grip of the royal. And no attacking with the O1s, but we'll drop Sorin here. If it goes up, he can kill it with Thing, but he has to cast 2 spells for almost nothing. And then I blow it up with the collective effort. But I don't think that's worth it. Let's just get this guy off the battlefield. It's been pointed out that Mobius is on Reddit trolling BBB. Yeah, so you can find him there. There's always that. Okay, our opponent does have Spell Mastery, so Ravaging Blaze can take out Sorin. That's how they stay in the game. And here is a Scrounger. So let's put you out there. Let's go ahead and pump up this team. Now everybody's got some power toughness. So yeah, if you want Mobius, go find him on Reddit. Look for a BBB post and then look for the snarkiest, most upvoted follow-up. And you got him. I message him, but I don't know. I can only send messages. I can't guarantee that action is taken when I do. But if you want me to, just let me know. I'll send him another one. No probs. All right, 5:41. I think I have time for one more game, maybe two. All right. Bam. What's next? Why did CGB switch decks? I made a decision earlier that instead of seeing how high I could run up the number on Quest for the Best, which makes it harder for other decks to seek the best record, what I did instead is I took the deck that set the record, which was Bant. It got to 18-1, and so we set that deck and that record aside. And if another deck gets close to that record, if another deck picks up 18 wins, what we'll do is we'll put them against each other in a playoff. So Bant will play a game, the other deck will play a game. Then Bant will play a game, and the other deck will play a game. And we'll keep it going like overtime in college football until one deck is left standing. Because I think that would be more exciting, and I think that would be better for me, because after playing 20-some games with the same deck, I get antsy to try something else. So I think it's just better for entertainment. But thanks for asking, Xbox Tough Guy. Hope that I answered that question suitably. And here comes that thing. Swooper. We are up against the AI again. It's like AI day here on Xbox. Oh, this'll get in the way. Your 1/2 flyer meets my 3/5 flying lifelinker. Waha. It's very hard to remove. Haha. See if the opponent sees this coming. We've had a few people run headlong into vehicles today. This one. Oh! Psych! Good call, opponent. Good call. Yeah, we'll get some tap lands onto the battlefield here. I think that's better than trying to pump. And I'm gonna hang back. In no rush. In no rush. Blood and Guts wants to know, is that the tournament organizer, Kreider? It is. Another celebrity appearance here on the CGB chat room. The one and only. The man who makes all of the tournaments we enjoy watching and playing in happen. And there's a push, pushy. All right, I think we just play this in slow-mo mode and see what our opponent does. Got a lot of options, but if the opponent's doing nothing, we can just put counters on Ballista. We can also just flip Avacyn at will if it resolves with Ballista on the battlefield. That's exciting. And what do we got? What are you? You're efficient construction? Okay. I mean, that's fine. That incentivizes him to play to the battlefield even more. But you still don't have a good attack, do you? And let's just token up Ballista instead of playing Avacyn. Avacyn allows me to keep playing this flash game as long as I really feel like. And as long as Ballista's going up, things are great. Yeah, Blood and Guts. Thanks for coming by. Kreider's got some tournament details. We can talk about the podcast. So that's why it's freaking sweet in here. We get a lot of the people doing stuff in the duels community. We got podcast organizer BBB, tournament organizer Kreider, and we got Steam Showdown champion Nighthawk as just some of our guests. So I don't have a great answer to this right now. Can't push it. So am I supposed to wipe his board? I guess I can. Let me read this thing again. 10-7 can't be blocked by creatures of 2 or less. So I can't block it with the Aetherborn. This is kind of a headache, isn't it? I think I just have to wipe out his stuff. So be it. No. Alright. Avacyn, you're here. Can't let him get 2 more crew for that Demolition Stomper. I'll just be taking 10 to the face. Wow, I mean, I guess you said witch? I don't know what the heck you said, Avocado, that caused that to be moderated, but that's pretty funny. If I said 2 podcasts, I did not mean 2 podcasts. To my knowledge, there is only the one. Sorry for any confusion about that. Alright. If I said it, it's only because I'm talking faster than I'm thinking. And let's make some tokens. Woohoo! Somebody else is doing a podcast, I'd be just as excited to hear it. Because I consume way too much Magic content as it is. The more the better. So which color do you guys think made out the best based off speculation? I think some people will say black because Never Return just, like, I don't know, gets them excited. I think it's blue. I think blue did it. I think that Censor and Pull from Tomorrow are the best chances Control has to make life better. And I'm also enthused over several other blue cards. Nissa, for example, is a blue card. Crazy. Black is good. I'm not trying to take a crap on black. Just dumping some opinion. To the battlefield. Crew up. Effort. Oops, no. Effort. You go. You get counters. You get tapped. Turn him sideways. Kill your token guy. Should be good. Even through a removal spell, maybe 2. I guess that the MTG, yeah, I guess the bot hasn't added Amonkhet yet. We still can't pull up the right cards over there, but never. I can link you. I can handle that for you. Maybe I can. My skills are somewhat limited. Let's see. Why is it so hard? Why is it so freaking hard to find what you want on the Wizards website, right? All right. Featured release. Aether Revolt is the featured release. Nice. Good job, guys. That's what I'd do on the lead up to pre-release weekend. That's what I'd have front and center on my website. When you click on cards, what do you get? You get Masterpiece. Naturally. Because that's what everybody's looking for. All right. Here you go. Copy image address. Go to chat. Pop that in there. There's Never Forget. And I have to remember to add a win to the tally. So we're 9-0. And what does it say? What am I missing? Words are flying. What's going on? Blood and Guts. Is CGB's podcast this weekend or the other one? The podcast that I know of, which is Bounce's podcast that I'm appearing on, is going to be on Saturday at noon Eastern Time in the U.S. at 5 GMT. I believe that is England time. 5 p.m. It's at noon. It's at 9 a.m. Pacific, but we are recording, so depending where you live in the world, 5 GMT, 5 p.m. GMT. So there. Is there a list of Amonkhet cards that we are getting? There is. It's on the page. It's on the Magic Duels Facebook page, but you can also find it on No Goblins Allowed. See if I can find that for you. Card list is up, something like that. Where was it? There it is. Okay, so here's a link to the current cards that are going to be in the next expansion. Thanks for asking. And, right, I guess we're tap landing. Goblin in the fridge says I'm not allowed. Oh, the burn. Oh. Get it? Because the site is No Goblins Allowed, and his name is Goblin in the Fridge, so he's not allowed. Get it? All right, well, this isn't No Goblins Allowed, and last I checked, they don't sponsor me, so you can hang out with us. You can hang out with us. So, you're good. Don't worry, Goblin in the Fridge. This is a safe place, sort of. I won't protect you from any ridicule you may deserve. All right, Red Deck. You got me. Do your worst. Infectious Bloodlust. Pause. Make him think about it. Five on the nose. Will there be a Titan Strength? Nope. Okay. Stuff just got real. So it's tempting to play Harvester and then have a double spell for next turn. Ugh. In fact, I think that might be the right play. I mean, he can hit me really hard next turn if I tap out. So maybe that's just wrong. Yeah, then we can play Kalitas next turn, that's fine. And then the turn after that we can play Aetherborn and Harvester or Angel. So this is all pretty good. So I don't want to tap out. I just don't want to take too huge of a hit on a tap out. Let's see if we can catch him. Will he have the quad pump spell hand? Nope, it's Goblin Balloon Brigade. Eoyakin, what's up? Alright, let's see if he flinches. I assume there must be spells here. He does not flinch, let's try. Does he have it? Could be a big mistake. Maybe I should have waited till end step. We'll find out. Oh, it's resolving. Okay, sweet. Yeah. Ha. Terrifying moment there. Boom. I know. Those scary moments. Oops, I denied. I'm sorry. I hit deny. I didn't mean to auto-mod you, Electric. I really didn't. I hit the wrong button. So I'm sorry if I denied you. Maybe Nighthawk let you in first. Maybe Nighthawk approved you. I did not mean to do that if you did in fact get denied. Let's do it this way. I'm trying out this auto mod, and I'm finding it hilarious what it blocks and doesn't block. It, like, the whole point of it was kind of funny to me, and apparently pissed is on the radar. Oh, man. But yeah, it does appear he had some options there, but nothing that nothing that stopped grasp. Okay, twin bolt. So he could have twin bolted me in response, but his boy would still die, is what we're saying there. Electric, totally feel free to be yourself. I'm really not. The mod is just on for humor and entertainment. Because we found it, there are all kinds of odd things. What was the one from earlier today? It was like tard? Like block tard? Or tardy? Tardy, that was it. I was accused by our professor, BBB, of being tardy for the podcast. And it got blocked. So it's all just a fun experiment that I'll probably turn off as soon as I'm sick of it. All right, our opponent is sitting on the Goblin Balloon Brigade. And here comes the Bloodlust again. So do I put the Harvester in front? I think I do. Oh, he's gonna give it flying. Oh, this is gonna hurt. He has to attack. He can't not attack. So he didn't see this coming. He missed it. He's gonna run right into this Harvester. It's almost cruel of me to set it up before he attacks because he can't not attack. Was busted was flagged? That's pretty funny. All right, we got our mana, we got our Angel. It's probably Angel. I can't see any reason not to be Angel. And I think I'll just make it a 4/3 because he might not be able to kill it. Yeah, that's pretty bad, right? Opponent's taking a beating now. Tardy was flagged, and then since you said it, apparently it's only flagged when Bounce says it. I don't know. That's what you get. Teacher calling people tardy. You can't just go around in real life calling grown men tardy, BBB. What's up with that? What's up with that? I wasn't expecting us to get the 2-mana red creature that does damage per ability. So what you're talking about is the card Harsh Mentor, also known in some circles as Will Smith. I'm serious, that's going around. Just look at the art. Maybe you see Will Smith, maybe you don't. Here's a link, check it out. But once you see it, it's hard to unsee it. So opponent had a solution to the Angel. That's sad, but it's fine. We still have all this initiative to go. And the more firecrafts he throws at them, the less he can do about other cards that are coming, like Kalitaz. If Kalitaz is the last card I play, I'm perfectly happy with that. Also, I want the lifelinker on the board sooner rather than later. So, yeah, Will Smith, circa around like Independence Day or the first Men in Black, is here to be your harsh mentor. And boy, does he work out. Let's just put it that way. This guy doesn't miss arm day. And we can't tell if he misses leg day or not, but he does not miss arm day. Maybe he's like Hitch, you know, because in Hitch he's kind of a harsh mentor, teaching the guy how to get the girl, but telling him what dance moves he can and can't use. So it's Hitch Will Smith. That's what's up. In an outfit that Hitch Will Smith would tell you you cannot wear. All right, let's start dropping bombs. EO says, on a desert fighting jackals, he spent most of his days. D-Man says it looks nothing like Will Smith. Way to let me down. Way to kill my good time. Way to end the buzz, D-Man. 10-0, Salty Tokens. On a roll. On a roll like butter, baby. On a roll like butter. Wait, Will Smith with zombies in the plane? It's I Am Legend. Does anybody remember that movie, Nighthawk? Nighthawk brings up that this must be an I Am Legend joke, but I'm telling you, nobody saw that. Nobody remembers that. And where's his dog? Oh wait, there's a whole bunch of jackals involved. There's a lot of cats though, and no dogs. Whatever. Goblin in the fridge. I'm waiting for Nicole Bolas to hit the stage with a theme song and fireworks in true WWE style. What would his theme song be? Hit me right now. Like, okay, if we turn no... Okay, let's merge the WWE with... which, good on you for being a fan. But if we merge WWE with Amonkhet and Nicole Bolas comes out, whose entrance does he have? For some reason, the first thing I heard in my head was Break the Walls Down, the Chris Jericho entrance. But maybe it's supposed to be like Brock Lesnar. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of a Dragon Force song that they could play. Through Fire and Flame, the one from the end of Guitar Hero, that could be his theme music. Bolas with an RKO on the Gatewatch. Out of nowhere. Because, of course, it's out of nowhere. You see those horns from a million, miles away, but, of course, an RKO's out of nowhere, no matter when you saw it coming. Electric says it's the Jamie Foxx vibe on Harsh Mentor. Interesting. Goblin just got moderated for using the term AF. I guess that's a thing. Oh, my goodness. Kane. You think Kane's music would hit? Lord, everybody wants to rule the world. Can I at least do Tears for Fears? I'm old. The Lord version's too slow for me, dude. I fall asleep when that happens. Whoa! Hold up. We gotta focus. Suntail Hawk is in the house. But I am a fan of the Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. Still, that is not a good entrance theme. That is way too slow for an entrance theme. What is there another song? There's a song, gosh, I'm trying to remember it. It's like Letters from the Sky, I think is the name of it. Something about one of these days the sky's gonna break. And everything will end. It's like one of those end of the world songs. I think that would be pretty good. And it starts out really slow, but it picks up. So maybe you start it in the middle. Man, I gotta open Spotify or iTunes now. Theme. We'll do that, but we will you the grasp. Can't. The glitch mob is there's one. Oh, how about I'm gonna turn it around for you. I bet all you nerds aren't gonna feel this one, but I'm gonna turn it with I'm gonna go with "The Ruler's Back" by Jay-Z. How about that? I think that would be pretty hot. I listen to that before almost every event I go into, every competition I enter, including tournaments, including Magic tournaments. I'll usually, when I'm warming up, from The Blueprint by Hova himself, Ompt. Okay, are you gonna throw that lifelinker? I would recommend it. Don't recommend it. Oh, gonna send the hawk. Who knows? Was it a setup? We shall find out. I think I want you. Boom. There we go. See, I had a plan for the hawk. I'm getting some crap in chat right now for which I believe, but you never know. And I had a plan. Don't worry. Daddy had a plan. Make some servos. Let's copter it up. Send in the squad. Turn the corner sharply. I'm also just, I guess because it could be a scrounger. Whoo, that's pretty good. What's better, pumping the team or abbying? I guess pumping and abbying. So, despite being a zombie and a kill spell, the push gets the cut. Might be a mistake. I don't know. I don't know. I'm making it all up as I go. So, can I effort this turn? No, I can't. I already played my land. This is turn 5. I was because of my board. Yep, I see nobody knows their Jay-Z. Nobody could talk to me about the ruler's back. Oh yeah, we survived the... Don't worry, we survived Suntail Hawk. The opponent can't even attack with their hasty boy there. We're gonna play the Abbey now, but we're not gonna use it now. We're gonna play it now so we don't loot it away with our copter. And now we've got targets. Oh yeah, all the modes, all the things. That's pretty good. The rich get richer. So, in case some people may have doubted the Mobius style black-white, it's having no issues out here. And then we haven't just played seals. We've played some rank 40s. We got like 3 or 4 of them in a row to start with. Why is the magic bot making faces? Can anybody tell me? Oh, because somebody put in top deck. That makes the magic bot make like hateful faces. That's pretty funny. The MTG bot, nice. Our opponent's got the wolf. It's got ember eyes, I suppose. Does it want to attack? Our opponent still could have, I don't know, if they had a reprisal, they'd have used it here. So we don't have to worry about that. I'm just not going to activate anything. Just see if the opponent has anything to do. If not, we're swinging. Might be lethal. Probably lethal. Take a pretty big something happening here to not be lethal. Alright, there's the turn pass. So let's just send the house. Should be good enough. Where you want to block, Wolfie? Ow, ow, ow! Alrighty, sick. 11-0. 11-0. We weren't paying much attention before it got over 10 because we've got to get to 18-1 to threaten for the best record, but we're on 11-0 over here, baby. That's a lot. So this is going to be my last game for the day coming up. Regardless of the outcome, let's try to send... If we send off on a 12-0, that will be the best day one in the history. In the history of the quest for the best. Nobody's ever walked away on day one at 12-0. Will the black-white tokens deck get to do it? That's the question. Looks like we're going to play another Fire Mage. So far, every red thing we've run into, we've been alright against. And we're going to be on the play. Opponent's running the 70-some. Doesn't mean nothing, though, if we can't draw a good hand. This will have to do, but it could get run over. Could get run over with the right set of cards. But we do, if the opponent doesn't run us over, we have 3 very different proactive plays. Liliana attacking from the Planeswalker side, bunch of tokens clogging up the board. Now we got another one in Gideon. Jesus. Rich getting richer. And of course, the flagship. The Ulamog of Kaladesh, I've heard it called. You can put it in any deck, and when it comes down, you kind of lose. John the Flash calls turn 4 Gideon. You aren't wrong, but it will be mine. Okay, so we got Cerams, we got a Copter. So what's better? Is turn 4 Gideon better than turn 2 Copter, or turn 3 Copter into turn 4 Ram's Expertise Liliana? I actually don't think it is. I think the right play is the Copter. I don't know. That's really tough. Liliana doesn't do anything right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna Copter it. There's some love for Ulamog going on in chat. Yeah, I hear you guys. Nothing's quite as salty as good old Ulamog in Battle for Zendikar. When that was the whole frickin' meta was Ulamog. Who's gonna Ulamog? How fast can they Ulamog? How hard can they Ulamog? Alright, let's do it. This hand is so good. Like this is just nuts. Like, this is just so good. Let's see if he's got anything to kill this Copter. I'm not even gonna loot. That's how good things are. Not even gonna loot this. There's no way to improve this. How often can you cast your Acid Moss was a big part of the Ulamog meta, that's right. Who drew more Acid Moss Eye? When you draw 3, you're just like, I'm unstoppable. Fun game. Alright, Suppression Bonds. Our opponent does have some counterplay. And a Shambling Vensifine draw, so we could pump the team, or we could just blow stuff up. Think we're just gonna blow things up. Like boom. Just dropping bombs. At this point, the 12-0 looks very achievable. Things could happen, but it's looking achievable. And we've got some hold up here. See if it's the good old concession. Not yet. Let's loot. Throw you away. I'd be willing to give up my vent if there were a better action card, so that's why we looted this time. Alright, your move. Better be a good one. Limvala is the kind of card that could at least shake this game up a little. Electric says he'd play Armageddon if he could. Well, let me tell you, I was just playing 2014. So if you want to play Armageddon, go back and run Sliver Hive. You have such a horrible time getting the mana right so that you can cast your spells in the first place. But then, you know what happens? You can Armageddon your own lands away. Okay. I guess Copter, Skyship, yeah, we're fine. We don't even need to use Unmaking on the Chandra. We just go off crewing things. Crew you. It's like the most mythic and the most rare and mythic of draws over here. We've got reactions going on in the chat for Sliver Hive. That deck was, in fact, the worst. Just unlocking the cards against the AI on easy mode right now is so hard for me. And I'm pretty good at Magic. I'm alright. I'm good at this stuff, but it's really hard to just grind out the cards. Ugh. One removal spell and you just want to you want to hit the restart button on every game, even against like the AI on easy mode. If they have a shock for your first Predator Sliver, you're like, forget it, wasn't gonna win anyway. It's a true salt fest, a true salt fest. Opponent going off now with Extractor of Sin. Not even close to Delirium, unfortunately for them. Well, now they're close. one type away. And then what do they get? They get a 3/5 vigilance, 3/2 thingy, whatever. Not gonna live long enough. Alright. You could still have a removal spell. So we're gonna fly over the top, see what happens. Play it out, and see if we do in fact, yep, there's the concession, that's it. 12-0 is where we are on Salty Tokens, 12-0. Oh my goodness, what a day. We had a heck of a day. I will admit it was very seal-filled there at the end. It's like we landed on Seal Island, nothing but seals for the last hour, it felt like. But we had some really tough games in the first half. We pulled off a heck of a game to set the record. If you didn't watch that one, go back and watch that one. The record-setting game was a close one. We were at a virtual 1 life against a red burn deck and still managed to pull it off with some timely draws and some tight as we could play. All right, I hope you enjoyed the stream today. We're going to leave Salty Tokens at 12-0, trying to threaten the 18-1 record-holding Bant Tempo deck. We will be doing more of this probably tomorrow and probably every day I have the time until the new set drops, as well as talking Amonkhet and whatever else we talk about here on the channel. So I hope you come back and see me again. Thank you. I am out of here.